What is one trend that you want to see retired in 2026?
Black people trying to cancel black people. I think that is disgusting. I think it's sick. I think that it's a representation of jealousy and enviousness. I think that it's for folks who believe in God, it is not Christ-like. I think it creates a deeper division between us. There's bigger things that we can get together and cancel that can benefit us collectively, and those things are not each other. I really hope that that is something that people shift, because even with them trying to cancel everybody, Chris Brown's one of them. Didn't work. Reverse Uno. My boy is selling out tours. He done got his master's, his doctorate. He's spending time with his kids and his family. He's living. He's living, and he deserves grace. Everybody does.
Let me paint a picture for you. Nick Cannon, Cam Newton. She does an interview with both. And within the conversations, she is basically diagnosing each party on their behavior, on their relationships, not only with the mother of their children, but the relationship with said children. She speaks about the dysfunction. She correlates the behavior patterns between how they were raised versus the potential to do damage to their offspring based on the characteristics that they picked up as they got older and they came into fame and fortune. She, for the longest time, had the audience in the palm of her hand, because everybody was like, she's checking these rich ass dudes, calling them out on their bullshit, even though y'all still be having sex with them same dudes that you're trying to condemn. She was on a wave. Next thing you know, she's here, she's there. She's doing all of these interviews, going back and forth with Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb calls her out about being a fake doctor. She gets on tonight's conversation panel. She's doing her thing up there. People were giving her stages and opportunities to speak, and I'm not mad at it. As a black man, I want to see my sisters and brothers doing well, but we're not going to skip past some contradictions. See, while you were out here unmasking this large audience and getting the attention and admiration of these women and some men, you were sticking your foot in your mouth in the same breath. And through this timeline, people were beginning to question the validity behind it, because if it's one person saying it, all right, maybe it's nothing. But then you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different doctors coming out on all types of social media platforms, exposing and challenging you to show some paperwork proving that you are who you say you are. That's a whole different discussion. And you decided that you were not only going to decline that invite, but you were going to shove it in our face. You even disrespected that man Tory on the show, showing your masculine side, the side of you which you also stated didn't exist in feminine women unless men didn't allow them to do it, whatever. The same woman that said that what Cam Newton is doing is the reason why the black community is suffering. You're the same one that's now saying, how dare you try to cancel Chris Brown, even though Chris Brown is notorious for ruining relationships indirectly and directly. Chris Brown is the same one that is out here notoriously creating spiritual sickness within the black community through his music, amongst other things. Yet here you are in this clip defending it, saying, ha ha, you tried to get rid of him, but it ain't going to work. Interesting. I got another clip I want to play for y'all, which is really why we're here, but I wanted to highlight that one first, just to get y'all to where I'm going with this, right? Because I know I've spoken about her a number of times, but I need to get it through people's head. If we are trying to cancel you, it is because you are a detriment and not a contribution to the elevation or evolution of the society. That's my perspective. I don't know how anybody else feel about that, but let me show you this. You just keep lying. You keep lying. This is the problem. I want y'all to take a good listen to this. This was what, 6 days ago, according to this upload. Royal Authority TV. Shout outs to them for bringing this up. I want y'all to listen close. We're going to chop it up. Hold up.
I was running for LA mayor, and then I seen our mayor, Karen Bass, come in as a candidate, and she was running against a white male, a Republican, and it was neck to neck. And I knew that had I stayed in the race, neither one of us would have ran because 2 Black people will split the vote.
12. That's how many people actually qualified for the 2022 LA mayoral ballot. 27 filed paperwork to even try to run, and Ms. Cheyenne Bryant was not one of them. I'm Tanya McKenzie, chair of the LA County Commissioner on Alcohol and Other Drugs, and I keep getting asked if Ms. Cheyenne Bryant ran for mayor of LA. And the answer is no. She campaigned, but there's a difference. Let me explain. There was a website. It's actually still up. There was a banner. There was a Dr. Cheyenne Byant for LA Mayor 2022 branding. There was some community events, photo ops, the whole production. What there wasn't was a nomination paper filed. There was no candidate statement filed. There was nothing sent to the LA city clerk. So there's that. Her name never hit a ballot. She never made a qualified candidates list. She never showed up on Ballotopia, Wikipedia, or the LA Times Roundup. None of those things happened. But the website is still up. You can go check it out. It still says for LA Mayor 2022. It still reads like a campaign is in progress 3 years later. And that right there is why people are in my DMs asking me if she actually ran for mayor. Because in 2026, a Canva graphic and a confident caption will rewrite history. People don't fact check things. They just screenshot and keep it pushing. So let me be clear with all of you. Announcing a run, building a site, and showing up at a community event is marketing. Filing with the city clerk is running. One is a brand and the other is a ballot. Know the difference, especially before you put it on someone's bio.
And there you have it. Lie after lie after lie. You know, when she said that basically she turned down or she went in a different direction because of the type of content that she was discussing, it reminded me of this. It's like you telling us half truths and sprinkling a little extra on it for entertainment purposes. And then I remember, well, damn, she was on a fucking a dramatization program, like some type of form of love and hip hop, if that's what it was. I never watched the shit, so it only makes sense that most of the crap that come out of her mouth is basically her way of branding and marketing to a certain group of people, which goes back to why I keep saying, man, a lot of these men and women that be doing this shit, man, they grifters. Their only intentions is to monetize off of your emotions, depending on where you stand in your own personal walk. And she just keeps sticking her foot in her mouth. Ma'am, you didn't run for mayor. She just confirmed you didn't. And if y'all need to really back check, go ahead, you know how. But all you got to do is have a nice body, look good, smell good, have a witty personality, and people will eat that stuff up. And that's how she got to where she is. That's why them books are being given back. People want refunds and all that, because you can play with gullible minds, but folks that wake up or they just aren't so quick to accept whatever you give them, you ain't going to get out on them. So you talking about people are trying to cancel each other, or black people trying to cancel black people. Yeah, that is true. We do hold each other back for the most part. We selective with who we want to support. That's in general. But in your case, I think what you're trying to do is make people feel bad for the fact that you have been exposed for being more than what you really are, instead of actually admitting that. And folks ain't trying to hear it or tolerate it. But I'll take that for what it is. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.